Are you in love?
Tengah dilema cinta kau.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. Iya. Ikut ramai lah.
Yalah.
Sekarang tu lelaki lah.
Yelah, tengah lah. So,
Memang lah, love.
I don't think so.
Everything.
Hot.
tak tengah.
Sekarang, okay? Yeah.
Alon memang.
I hope so. After 30 years, I believe so.
Dans la culture occidentale populaire, on croit que l'amour est un sentiment. Des papillons dans le ventre, la grande place qu'occupe une certaine personne dans nos pensées. L'amour, c'est être nerveux autour de cette personne. L'amour, c'est quelque chose qui vous arrive plutôt que quelque chose que vous provoquez. Cependant, le sentiment est éphémère et difficile à contrôler. Le choix, c'est un engagement. Choisir d'aimer quelqu'un même si vous ne vous sentez pas amoureux. Dans le contexte d'un mariage arrangé, les mariés veulent investir dans le futur de leur couple. Cette union est l'exemple parfait du choix conscient d'aimer l'autre.
How happy I am with my arranged marriage? I think I have been very happy in my life. So, I'm okay. We are okay. Choosing a partner, all decision was by my parents. I had no say. I only requested that that person is educated and able to take care of me. My marriage was arranged by my father. He contacted his good friend to look for some boy to propose. So I think he looked around and asked around a few of his colleagues and friends, and he met one of his very old friend who recommended this person, and he went to meet him, my proposed husband, and he liked him. Once you finish schooling, like my dad, he asked me, are you going to further your education, or if you are not going to further your education, I'm going to look for a boy to get married. So that is the normal statements of parents at my time when I was getting married. So you cannot use education as an excuse to not get married.
I have thought about it, like considering an arranged marriage, just because like right now I'm at this point where I still have a lot of things I want to do and a lot of places I want to go, and I'm not ready to like include someone in, I guess, my life decisions yet. Sometimes I get bouts of, I do feel like sometimes like, okay, like is there like something wrong with me, you know, like that I'm not dating someone? Should I really be what other people are doing, really trying to find someone and date someone? Whatever I sign up for, regardless of what my expectations were, I will make myself deal with it. I don't want to be that person who is like, okay, I signed up for this, but it's not what I expected, so like I'm bailing, like I'm out. I should have like considered or done my research or like whatnot, you know, before I signed up. That's what my expectation is of like arranged marriages and how I link it to the thing, like how it makes more stable marriages. If two people get into arranged marriage willingly, that they are willing to commit and continue it regardless of whether they, you know, like they fall in love or not.
I feel like it's a good alternative compared to other types of marriages, because marriage nowadays is more of a partnership. It's not the same as before where each husband and wife has certain roles to play. Nowadays it's more towards two people with similar values or goals they're working towards together, so it's more of a partnership. So when you are arranged, usually there will always be someone else who already filtered it before, and it helps to remove a lot of barriers before you get to know somebody. Yes, I do believe love can come from an arranged marriage. My background is in psychology, and I believe if you actually do spend enough time with someone, over time you kind of find similar traits or values or interests that can make you love or fall in love with that person after some time. People nowadays, especially in KL, in a city life, they are more comfortable meeting people on Tinder than face-to-face or arranged. It's because they want to get to know people via chat first,
that is a filtration step one, and then they would actually proceed to meet. Nowadays, if you go out, rarely people come and confront you face to face and ask you out, because it's much easier to do it via your phone.
In arranged marriages, there are relationships where they're not necessarily in love with each other, but they're able to get along. Like, they can be like kind of friends, I guess. You know, you can be like housemates and roommates and stuff, and you know, like if you're able to tweak your psychology a bit, you can still, you know, like have children without being in love, right? And you can still have a stable marriage in that sense, but that also means that you are like one step above getting along with each other. Like you actually, you know, have feelings, and like you work really well chemistry-wise.
When I speak to my friends, after some time when they met many people and they're just sick and tired of the whole concept of dating, they would actually personally go up to their family and ask them to arrange someone for them. For having an arranged marriage, you already got the approval from the family because they arranged it for you. So that, for some people, is a huge issue in love marriage, getting the acceptance of their family. That's kind of like cut off. But you never know, eventually other issues might develop which might be even bigger than the approval of the family.
The only person I know who has been in arranged marriage is my grandmother. My grandfather used to like take my grandmother's jewelry. So my grandmother, she's more like a homemaker, and my grandfather was the business person. So she was mainly at home, like taking care of the kids, cooking, you know, just taking care of the house. So, and she was illiterate as well. So, and she came from like a smaller community, so she didn't have much with her. And so like her gold and her jewelry were like most of her assets. So like my grandfather would kind of just take most of my grandmother's jewelry and sell it to get more money to, I guess, run his business or keep it afloat. And I don't think my grandmother has really like said much about it. I think at that era it's still very much a patriarchal society where, you know, men have more say and power over the women. There was once when, you know, because my grandmother gave birth to like 9 daughters and no sons. And in like a traditional Chinese family, sons are favored and desired because they carry the family name. So my grandfather was really disappointed. So at some point, apparently, he said to my grandmother, like, I'm going to divorce you or leave you because you're not giving me any sons. And she was like, well, you can leave, but I'm keeping the house because I have all these children that I need to take care of. So you can leave the house and you can leave the family. So goodbye. And I don't know how they like reconciled, but my grandfather stayed in the end because when I was, you know, when I was born in my childhood, I remember he was still there.
People are still able to accept arranged marriages now is because we're just really busy to find some people ourselves. And personally, I feel, especially if you're living in a city like I do, there are so many options and you just get confused about what you want or who you want. So sometimes having someone who knows you well, they can kind of choose what's best for you. So that's why people are still open to accept arranged marriages at this point of time. They're just really, really tired of the dating life and they just want to find someone to settle down with. In the older times, my parents' time, when I speak to my other friends and their parents who got arranged marriage, it was completely different. They would only meet on their wedding day. That is like a pure arranged marriage. But when I listen to my mom and she talks about her idea of arranged marriage, she met my dad 1 year before and they actually went out on multiple dates to see if they're aligned or not, and then they decided to get married. So I would consider that kind of like dating as well. It's not really arranged as some people in Hinduism, they are until today that they only meet during their wedding day. That would be arranged marriage.
L'amour, c'est compliqué. Nos conventions occidentales poussent un amour idéal qui ne reflète pas toujours nos valeurs personnelles. Une autre façon d'aimer n'est pas moindre ou indésirable. La réalité, c'est que les mariages arrangés sont communs partout dans le monde. Un choix peut devenir un sentiment. Les personnes autrefois liées par une obligation peuvent développer une relation amoureuse vive de sentiments.
Is love a feeling? Like you feel it, or is it a choice?
Itulah tau. Pilihan kita baru tanya.
Pilihan perasaan dia sebab dia mari dengan sendiri.
Perasaan lah.
Kalau kau perasaan memang.
Dia sama-sama sayang ni kahwin. Sama-sama cinta.
Pilih hati.